Hello everybody, my name is Kevin Smith and welcome to my slightly less cluttered room due to this sheet that I have placed in front of all the pile of books. As we know, we are in a simulator. The physical life level we find ourselves on is a holographic computer game, a training ground in fact, and serves only one purpose. There is only in fact one reason why we are here, and that is to recognize the real universes of the All-Is, which is beyond creation, and to eventually, through a process of awareness and recognition, stand real with the All-Is. We stand with the Is now, but it is a case of recognizing this. In the meantime, we have endless lifetimes and endless experiences that afford us endless viewpoints. And with these experiences and viewpoints, we slowly, through a very long process, begin to recognize the All-Is, the true reality beyond creation, by realizing and understanding what it is not. Basically, everything in creation is something that overlaps the real universes of the All-Is. Everything in creation, regardless of what it is. Everything you see, everything you are, from your body to your personality, to your thoughts and emotions, and everything in your environment was based on an idea, and as it was agreed to by enough people, it became so, and is the reality we collectively share in this holographic virtual simulation. In our individual lives, everything in your life, everything you are, your personality, your appearance, where you are in the world, and your circumstances are based on everything that you have decided for yourself. For everything we think, everything we feel, we chase, we aspire to, everything we agree to, be it an idea we have created or somebody else's idea, results in a cause and effect principle that results in experience that we must go through, and depending on what we choose to agree to, what we decide for our personal self and life, will result in the life we will have. Everything you have now in your current life is based on decisions and choices you made in previous lifetimes, as everything in creation must be based on cause and effect, for this is its make-up. Then everything you have now you put into motion at one point or another, and so it will also be so for future lifetimes. Wherever you are now, whatever you are projecting, you are creating future time streams. We are effectively creating our own time, our own experiences, and our own future through cause and effect that we set in motion. Our future lifetimes are being created by what we are deciding, choosing, and agreeing to now. But this is how creation works. We have these endless cycles of reincarnation, until we begin to realize and accept this process, and then we look for something beyond the reincarnational cycles. Generally, people will turn to spiritual pursuits. Unfortunately, these are based on ideas in creation, and anything that is an idea that is referencing a creation will result in anybody agreeing to that idea being unable to go beyond that which the idea stemmed from. So everything in creation is based on an idea that resulted in its actuality. And also, if we agree to it, we become tap-lined by it and restricted, and must have cause and effect repercussions that are experienced. And if we don't manage to experience all we have set in motion through cause and effect this lifetime, we must experience them in future lifetimes. When we pass over, if we are unaware, we will automatically go on to the astral level, which is the next life level beyond the physical. There are 5 life levels, and all these 5 life levels have 5 vehicles incorporated with them, with the various attributes associated with each of these vehicles. For the unaware individual, they will not recognize their other vehicles beyond the physical level. For the unaware people, we can say they are generally physical astral. They would not have considered or recognized anything beyond these life levels. Everything will be for them of a personal persuasion. Their lives will be only literally considered. They will not have considered anything beyond their literal senses. They would only have focused on the emotions primarily, and their endless thought projections. If an individual only focuses on their emotional thrill-seeking, which is the basis of most unaware people and what they do, then they will not go beyond the astral level. And so, when they pass over, they will find themselves in the astral life level, generally oblivious of where they are, unsure of what to do or where to go. And if they haven't become aware of anything beyond these life levels, if their awareness cannot expand beyond that point, then they will remain in the astral life level, and eventually they will become bored. If their awareness is unable to expand, and they are unable to move their position beyond the astral, they will find themselves falling back into what they are familiar with, and this is the physical life level, and so they hurl themselves into another incarnation, and this incarnation they have forged already for themselves through the cause and effect decisions they have made. Their body has already been constructed based on what they have decided, and based on their awareness as to how much clay effectively they have to make their body from. So we can see that when individuals pass over, they leave their physical body behind, but they are more than their physical body. They have 4 other vehicles and also a real self beyond the creational holographic simulation that is the psych realms in the real universes. And the real self, the real you in the real universes, has the keeping of all these 5 vehicles in creation, almost like a puppet master. The real you oversees these 5 vehicles in each of the 5 levels. But generally, most people are unaware. They are of the personal self only, the personal created self. For yes, we have created all these vehicles throughout all of the 5 life levels for the purposes of experience, and so we can then recognize the real universes and our real self. But in the meantime, until we get to the stage where we begin to recognize that we have a real self, and begin to make the connection to it, we will be oblivious of it, and be only physical, astral, and connected solely to our personal self. So we will not go any further than the astral level. For individuals becoming more aware, they earn through the sharings of the ears, as everything equals itself. Therefore, as we share and present the ears and allow other people the opportunity to become more aware, the ears shares with us, and so we earn our awareness and the recognition of this true reality. And so we earn better positions for ourselves, and will find, as we pass over, we are not limited to the astral level. In fact, we may find ourselves positioned higher in the life levels, perhaps the causal, mental, or ethereal. The ethereal level is the final life level, the 5th level, just before the real universes of the all is. There is a deep dark border that separates the creational psych realm levels from the real universes, and in order to cross this requires a universal guide, as the way is evidently of such a nature that we cannot navigate it without the assistance of a guide. And so, when we have the awareness and the recognition, when we have earned our way and earned our awareness, that we can stand in the real universes of the all is, we will supersede and walk through all the psych realm life levels of creation, be guided across the deep dark border, and find ourselves in the real universes. The is here and now, and in creation, and if we choose, we can decide to stand real now, in the new nowness of the all is. If we do this, we are in fact beyond creation, even though we are still in it, and have our vehicles throughout the 5 life levels of it. But this is a choice, but a choice that is highly recommended, for if we choose to do this, we are now beyond cause and effect creation, and no longer will we have to experience the effects we have set in motion. It eradicates cause and effect karma, and so no longer are we projecting into future lifetimes that we have to experience. But this is a choice, and everybody must make this decision for themselves, as it is all a recognition. the various 5 vehicles throughout the 5 levels of creation have their certain attributes and characteristics that are designed for the life levels they reside in, and so none of the 5 vehicles throughout creation can be utilized to perceive the real universes beyond it. Beyond the creational matrix simulation, it is all recognition, it's all impressions. We cannot think what it is, we cannot use the mental vehicle, we cannot feel what it is. The nearest we can get to understanding the is through our intuition, and this is a facility of the ethereal life level vehicle, along with the imagination, so we can see that the qualities of the ethereal vehicle are far more advanced, say, than the lower life level vehicles, and the very limited faculties of the mental vehicle and the emotional body. The imagination can serve as almost a doorway, a gateway to the real universes. Through imagination can we springboard into our real awareness, and intuition will be something that supersedes and is far superior to thought and emotion, and the insights we have from the real self will filter through all the life levels and finally into the personal self. But we have, even though the 5 life levels are stacked in this way, this is for our literal selves to better grasp how creation is structured. But we have all the 5 life levels and vehicles and their attributes here and now in the new nowness of the is. And when we have intuitive nudges, this is as close as we can get to real information from the real universes before we connect with our real awareness. Once we begin the process of becoming more aware, we connect with the real us, the real you, which is in the all is and stands real there now. With this connection to the real you, and the focus and the recognition of our real intent, and that being that we came into creation for one reason only, and that was through the experiences that creation provides, to become more aware and recognize the true reality through comparisons. And that is everybody's real intent, whether they recognize it or not. Of course, everybody will have little personal intents that they will chase, all these little agendas and goals and things that they seek and desire. But of course, if these if they are not standing real in the new nowness of the all is, and their focus is not on this true reality, and they have not recognized their real intent and be focused on recognizing it, becoming more aware and standing real with the all is, then they will simply chase all their little intents, and as these are only of creation, then the cause and effect principle is maintained, and they will be projecting into future lifetimes, and endlessly having to experience the effects of what they set in motion. So as we can see, eventually, through the process of becoming more aware and earning our real awareness, and the recognition of the all is, therefore, we can supersede creation and have a real life in the real universes of the all is. Because only real freedom can be found in the real universes. There is no freedom here in creation, it is only implied freedom. For with cause and effect in place, how can we be free, if everything we do has effects that we must experience? And yes, the experiences are essential for recognizing the is through comparison, but nevertheless we are trapped in endless cycles of reincarnation. And besides, even with that cause and effect principle in place, the entire creational matrix is under control. There is no freedom here but implied. The matrix simulation of creation is all about control. The entire world is based on control, and there are tyrants and world controllers which have set up the world in such a way that we are agreeing endlessly to their ideas. We therefore are tap-lined by them and must suffer the cause and effect repercussions, are restricted therefore in creation, the place where these ideas were stemmed from. And the individuals who are in control of the planet currently, and the whole of the creational matrix, wish to keep everybody here as their slaves, and everything on this planet and throughout creation predominantly are ideas that, if agreed to, are effectively agreeing to our own restricting enslavement. All the political systems and religious systems has been infected and taken over by that which controls creation, and so if we agree to these ideas, we become the effects of them, and must have unconscious future lifetimes consequently. The control of these individuals extends throughout the psych realms, up to the ethereal level in fact, as each life level of the psych realms has an overseer, and that represents control. Each of these individuals is in fact reptilian, and in fact what is rather amusing is that the God of all religions, irrespective of the nature of the religion, the God that they all pray to, and praying is effectively begging, the God is in fact a triple-headed reptilian, which resides on the fourth level, the mental level, and the entire creational matrix from the fourth level down is designed and structured in such a way to maintain his position, as every idea is designed as a maintenance of his position, that if agreed to will keep him on his throne, and also have us restricted through cause and effect taplining. This individual would be the top reptilian, the Kalaum God is the name that he goes by, or Grog, and he has other little or lesser reptilian beings that work on his behalf, at his behest, and these rule creation with an iron fist. Their created consciousness is such that they are a very brutish and warlike species, and their function is to enslave every other species in creation, and not only the human species then is in control and subjugated to the reptilians' will, but many other species in creation too. Some are in open war and conflict with the reptilians, such as the Syrians. But the human race were in fact created by the reptilians as a slave species, for gold mining and things of this nature, and in fact as a food supply. The reptilians came to this planet first, and genetically altered the monkeys, and spliced them with their own DNA, and created the slave species that is the human. The reptilians have been here ever since, and all and all the politicians and people in positions of power are their go-betweens. They are shape-shifting reptilians, and have the ability to move between these two forms. Generally, they operate on the astral level, and it is here that they tapline individuals by garnering their agreement to their ideas. And as many people as many humans are waking up at this time, the reptilians are rather dismayed that they will lose possibly control of their slave species, and so they have decided to destroy the planet Earth, and at and at this time everything on the planet is catered towards the demise of it. Every idea then, be it political or religious or anything else of this nature, if agreed to, is resulting in the demise of this planet. For if awareness is not allowed to expand, if it is restricted, and everybody is subliminally programmed to be less likely to become more aware and begin their process, then what happens is a restriction, and this is reflected in creation, and creation then begins to deteriorate and goes through ever deteriorating cycles that we call epochs, to the inevitable destruction of the epochs. And then all of the creational psych realms must be reconstituted, and everything started again. At the moment we are in the final epoch, and the reason why the epochs move along in this ever deteriorating fashion is due to the collective, agreed upon, cause and effect decisions made by all the individuals in creation. And if that which is agreed to and decided upon is of a distorted, awareness restricting nature, then the effects will be the deterioration of the epochs, and therefore the simulation we are in. And the reptilians have decided this. The Kalaum God does not wish to lose the slave species that maintain his position, and so he has motivated all the reptilians throughout the creational universes to set up these systems of control and restriction, and have everybody agreeing to their ideas, which equal nothing than a demise of the individuals and of the creational simulation that they reside in. Of course, the entire simulation will implode eventually, including the level the Kalaum God resides at, But he doesn't realize this and recognize that this fate will befall him, as it will all the reptilians, who are suppressing humankind and all the other species that they are. But anyway, I will leave it there for today, as my voice is about to give out. I will speak to you all soon.